Hi and welcome to the channel where we are storytelling and role-playing in Crusader Kings 3. We're back with King Askell of House Korp, King of Sweden. It's been a while since I played last, so I'm not really sure where we left off in the storytelling. I do have some memory, but Askell here, he's quite new on the throne. I'm still getting to know this vengeful, shy, cynical man who is the third king in the House Korp dynasty. So, and we are doing this, I'm role-playing, so his traits are important because I will base my decisions on them and on the character I mold for him during the storytelling. And in the storytelling, I seem to remember that our Askell here and some other people, they are up to something really, and perhaps it is time for them to involve the king further in their plans, whatever they're planning. They were definitely up to something with prophecies about the woods and roots and oceans and one and one becomes three. There's a written prophecy in what I think the episode is called "Prophet in the Woods." If you want to go back and check that, if you haven't. But that's where they are. They are working on something big, this group, and they involved our father in some way in these plans. But he was mostly kept in the dark, and maybe he didn't want to know too much. He let them, primarily Mare, our Askell, the realm priest, do what she did, and to see where this would lead. But maybe here this group that are working with the prophecy, maybe it's time for them to actually tell the king what they are planning. I will think about that when I edit the video and write down my storytelling parts. But for now, let's get started. I think we have some decisions we can make up here. I will start with raising a runestone. That's always good, costs us 50 gold, but will give us prestige and piety. And I will have this stone raised in memory of my dear departed father. Yeah. So this stone will be an ancestral runestone, which will increase popular opinion. Let's have it in our primary holding, Västergötland. When Askell's father, Starkade, died, we inherited most of his holdings, Sweden and Frisia, and also our holdings here on the German and Polish Baltic coast. But we lost Norway to our brother. He is now an independent king there. And Starkade, in our last episode, I remember, when he took the throne, he sent... I, the player, looked if I could marry. No, not marry, ally my brother. Marrying my brother would be wrong. You shan't marry siblings unless there's some faith over here, I think, that where this is encouraged, but for us, marrying siblings is definitely not the way to go. So we tried to ally him. Or I looked if it was possible, but he didn't want to ally us, and the main reason for that was because he thought that he had a claim to the kingdom of Sweden, and he does, and I can't really blame him for it because it's the game doing this, but the game is the base of our story. So in the story, Askell, my character, tried to ally his brother to make a strong alliance here of two Korp kingdoms, but he refused, and now it looks like he's kind of gonna lose his kingdom, or starting to lose it. And this is a threat to our family and dynasty, that he is so weak that he can't keep his kingdom intact. So Starkade, he sees that he has no other option than to bring his brother back into the fold by declaring a war and claim what is rightfully mine, the kingdom of Norway. I was my father's primary heir, I shall have all of his titles, right? Declare this war. Right, there we go. And now We need to raise our armies. Where is my rally point? It is there. I will move it to here. And now let's raise our armies. It will take them 17 days to gather. Well, I wonder what will happen in the meantime. Yeah, I sent some marriage proposals for less important family members. And here is something with my spouse, the lovely Queen Tuadia. Yeah, that's right, she's this Karelian woman. I think Askell married her quite recently. She's in quick because his first wife, who was the lovely Berga Vovi of Vovisamena, died. So now it is Tuadia who's the queen. House Itkonen. She is offering to help one of my counselors, and all of my counselors will appreciate this. Sometimes they don't like this, but or I could lay with her. Would Askell prefer this instead? Vengeful, shy, cynical. No, I think he will go for improving his. Let's have her go and teach this archpriestess Ingfrider the Headless. She's the priestess that rules Westfalen here, down where our holy site Irminsul is. And my wife Tuadia shall go and teach her a thing or two about diplomacy. That's good. And here my army is gathered, so let's sail to my brother's capital and see what we can do there. There are some enemies about. I think these are my brother's enemies from his internal war, and they are sieging his capital. I don't really want them to have that, so I shall go and engage them, I think. I have a rough terrain expert who's an unyielding defender. It's Chieftain Vagn. Yeah, he is a great commander, and his rough terrain expertise will come in handy in those mountains there. Go stop them from beating on my brother. I will beat on my brother, not you. So it looks like I won this battle here and drove them away. I wonder where my brother's force is. Is that it? Yeah. Looks like these 193 men here are the only army my brother has, and he is sieging down something here. Well, let him keep on doing that while I split off some siege armies here. I don't have any siege commanders currently, so let's just lead this siege myself. And let's try and split up a bit so that we don't lose too much supplies here. What is this dangerous faction? Someone wants to install my nephew on the Frisian throne, and they are strong enough to send an ultimatum. Well, I really wouldn't mind. Only that he also holds quite a lot up here. So I wish I could negotiate with him, you know. Give me those holdings you have here, because they should belong to Sweden, and you can have the kingdom here and be independent if that's what you want. I'm really not striving to create a great empire, at least not with this character. If I get a character later down the line who is more of a conqueror, then maybe we will do that. But Askell here, he is not too concerned with creating this. He really would consider giving this to his nephew here, the kingdom. What can I do? I don't understand why they can send an ultimatum, because I should be much more powerful than he. Only has 80 men, and his only ally is some chieftain. Yeah, Ingebjörg here, she has a decent strength, but surely these two, they are no match for me. I don't really get. I understand what the faction mechanic is about, but I don't really. I suppose you can read up on it or watch a tutorial or something, but sometimes I really don't get how they calculate the strength of a faction. I really don't want to go to war against my nephew. I would grant him independence if it wasn't that I would lose all this. to him. Maybe if I send him a gift. Oh, that's really expensive though. Well, if I send you a gift, that will put her in a positive. Maybe she will then leave the faction. And I'm not currently swaying anyone. So let's start swaying my nephew here and see if this helps. And here's a perk for my lifestyle. I'm doing this learning tree. And an inspired person can be sponsored. Who is this? It's Brunhilde. Isn't that the name of one of the famous Valkyries from the opera? Brunhilde, I think so. Sounds promising because she wants to forge a dagger, but her skill is merely decent. But yeah, let's go for this anyway. Could be fun. Can give that dagger away as a gift. Oh, do I have anything in my inventory that I could give away? Maybe I've got this chieftain Bretislav's dagger. Maybe I could give this to my nephew. That would make him like me more. I hope he will not accept this gift because he don't like it. But do you like chieftain Bretislav's dagger? He kind of likes that. Here's some army being raised. Let's go beat down on this small force here. There's 4 champions. They are worth something at least. So people are voting for my cousin here as the next heir. Who am I voting for? Yeah, I'm voting for my firstborn as it should be. Once he comes of age, I suppose I expect people will vote for him. It looks like we took some prisoner here. He's probably worth some ransom money. He's worth 100. Here you go. You are free. So I can pay 50 to give Brunhilde a better forge. Or it's a perfectly good forge. I don't think so. Yeah, it's a perfectly good forge. If she had been a better craftsman, I would have paid it, but I don't expect much from this dagger. I will give it away to some relative that wants a dagger. Here's a child of my dynasty. Well, Edla, she is the daughter of my cousin Puridel. And Puridel is... Oh, she is the... my cousin Puridel is the daughter of Gerda. And her son Gretil was once king of Bohemia and king of Polabia. For a very short while, granted. But it's good that Gerda's line is continued here through this Vemundel, and he is both handsome and quick. May you grow strong and wise, you quick, handsome little boy. I will give him a good guardian, so that he can... Yeah, let's have Mayor Alexgodi educate Vemundel as well. Maybe he can become something great in the future. Yeah, looks like this faction disappeared. Maybe the game just miscalculated. Oh, my son learned the Finnic language. That is good, Ketil. What other languages can you learn? Let's have him learn Anglo-Saxon. That's also good. Oh, something happened here. Maybe? No, this is... how's my brother? No, he's not my brother anymore. My uncle doing. Because now people are voting for Prince Sumalid of Aquitaine as my new heir, and he is my uncle's son, the king of Aquitaine. If you're playing to min-max, this voting for him as my heir would have been a great choice, because then we would have united Aquitaine with Sweden here under one king. But that's not really my playstyle with the storytelling. Maybe if I get a really power hungry character, that would be something I would consider. But I think Askell, as he is now, at least is not too concerned about what's happening down here in Aquitaine. Of course we'll keep an eye on our brother here. He's in a war. Someone is claiming Aquitaine. It's my cousin. What? So is this... Oh, he's rebelling. He's going to war against his father, Prince Skarpedin Baldursson. He of course has a claim to Aquitaine. and he has decided to challenge his father for the kingdom. Well, whoever wins this will stay in our house. Let's take a look at this. Wow, this is really stupid war declaration of him. He's vengeful, honest, and diligent. Maybe Balder here did him wrong. He's vengeful and he sees no other option than to declare war for it. But Balder here, he has got, with his allies backing him up, he's got 2,500 men against his 448. So Balder will crush, if nothing unexpected happens, Balder will crush his son and keep the kingdom. I really hope that, because he's got a good foothold down there now, so he really could strengthen his position. I really hope our house can hold on to this. Best would be if they held on to the whole kingdom, of course, but if they lose the kingdom, at least become a house that holds a duchy or something down here. It's fun for the storytelling, man, with these kinds of things. So I'm swaying my cousin here. He's just patient and cynical, and he's a learned man. When writing to him, I could focus on diplomatic matters, ruling a realm, or a good book. Well, since both he and I has the learned education trait, I will go for take a chance that he enjoys reading and a good book. Yeah, it was a success. What a treat that he is also interested in scholarship. Let us speak more. We shall be friends, and you will not consider this foolish thing rebelling against me, will you? So here it is. I often suspect that when the mother of a child comes suggesting a name for this child, that they have a lover, so they don't want me to name the child after myself. They would rather choose to name themselves because the child is not actually mine. I have nothing to base this on except my experience of playing the game and a suspicion that this is the case. If you are watching and you have thoughts, am I just paranoid, or have you also seen some kind of a connection with this event when your wife or your woman or whoever gives birth to a child and comes to me suggesting that, oh, wouldn't this be a lovely name? And also because when she was, this woman here, she was first married to it would have been my brother, my dead brother. For a short while he was sick when they married and he died shortly after, and then my father made her his concubine. Now she's my concubine. She's this Anglo-Nordic girl with a Greek-sounding house name Madritus. She's been passed around the court of men, really. But I also remember that when she was my father's concubine, that there was the Jarl of Östergötland. He was caught trying to climb into her window. I have no actual proof that she has a lover, but I, the player, suspect this. But Askell, he has no reason to suspect this. I don't think that he even knows the story. Maybe he heard the gossip about this Jarl of Östergötland trying to get into her chambers. But anyway, here's a boy, and she wants to name him Skuli. I always loved that name. I wonder if she has a lover named Skuli. But anyway, since I am roleplaying King Askell here, he thinks, oh, what a lovely idea. There's nothing wrong with name Skuli. I hope I don't have another son named Skuli. Let's check. That would be silly. No, Skuli it is. I will check if this Jarl of Östergötland is named Skuli. No, he's named Ketil. So it's not him then. Well, there are a lot of characters around named Skuli, so I can't really check them all. Oh no, this archpriestess, the Headless, must have died. And now it's this archpriestess here instead, but I need a new chancellor. It looks like, yeah, he would be the obvious choice here, Jarl Arnbjörn of House Borg. He's good at being a chancellor, and he's a strong vassal. I don't have any other character that is more fitting to a point due to the storytelling. So let's go with Jarl Arnbjörn here. He will also like me much better if I put him on the council, so that's good. There are a lot of forces down here, so maybe it's not the best idea to go down there to siege. Can I abort this? Yeah, it's best if I do. Just go stand up there. That way they would be closer to this army here, so that we can reinforce if needed. Oh, so here is Skiftan Hundjolfur, and my Brunhilde here, who's making the dagger, suggests that I would dedicate it to him. Nah, he's my ally. He was a good ally to my father, and he's a good ally to me, but no, I think I will not dedicate this dagger to him. No! Mare! Mare is dead. How did she die? Heart failure. At the age of 65. Well, she lived a good long life. She was the daughter of the first king of Sweden, Björn Ironside, and she was a child when she was captured in the war when my grandfather took the kingdom. She was brought up in house arrest, and she was treated well, given an education, but still brought up in house arrest until she was a young woman. I don't remember exactly how old, but she was an adult at least when she was released and recruited to our court, and she was a lunatic, or most people considered her a lunatic, but she was really a brilliant, learned woman at the same time. So she was more of an eccentric, and she has been the driving force with this, trying to realize this prophecy. A fool goes to the west, where the oceans rest. A king goes to the wood, where all the roots are understood. Together they agree that 1 and 1 is 3. Something like that, anyway. So, but she has a group of people now working with the prophecy, inspired by her. A character that I have liked and enjoyed having as a big part of our story is dead, and that is of course sad. Mare Björnsdotter of Munster will be buried with honors and remembered. How is House Munster? I think I looked at this before. Are there any living members? Here is one. So there are some Munster people around. The House Munster has seen better days, but they are not. She has actually claimed to the kingdom because she is Mare's sister. I should invite her to the funeral, but she is married now to someone, a Finnish or Sapmi, a Meshera man, and then the thief, treacherous, wandering villain. She's probably too old to have children by now. So maybe Mare was House Munster's last hurrah. She at least had an very important position here. Wasn't she on my council as well? I will take a look at this, because yeah, she was the Riksgårdi. The game would have appointed one there. Oh, she actually made a masterwork weapon. King Askell's dagger. This is lovely, thank you. I think this King Carloman's dagger that I hold... Oh, now people are voting for my firstborn here, that is good. I think this King Carloman's dagger I hold is actually better than Askell's dagger. Prowess +4, hostile scheme power +6. Prowess +3, hostile scheme... No, King Askell's dagger is actually a bit better. So yeah, let's have that equipped instead. It's fitting because I made it, and this King Carloman's dagger we just stole it from someone that when we were waging war down in France, I believe. Let's continue sieging here. Oh, it's a Riksgårdi now. It's a Sturla. This is kind of strange, because when you're playing as a Catholic, for instance, you can't appoint your realm priest. The Pope does that. But here you can, the game puts one there, but you can appoint them. I don't know who this Sturla is. I would much rather have this 32 learning Archpriestess Ulfhilde of Westfalen, because she's the Archpriestess down there at our holy site in Germany. She's much better at the job, and it's kind of fitting having the Archpriestess as this in this position. Being so good at the job, can you actually convert? It will take her 9 years, it's probably not worth it. Well, maybe, yeah, let's have her try to convert our holy site there to the Asa True Fate. My son learned the language, can he study another? Saxon, should they come in handy for him? People are changing who they vote for all the time. My daughter also learned the language. She can also study Saxon, that's a good one. So they are again going to try to take the capital, but I want to have that sieged, so I will send my armies there to do battle. I won't get any war score for this because those are not my enemies, they are my brother's enemies, but they are still enemies in the war. But they have a force here blocking my path, so let's go stand there and see if we can, because we really want to, because we should get the defender advantage in mountains if we catch them there while they are sieging, because they have much more men here, right? So this could be tough, because numbers are always probably the strongest factor, and look, they are reinforcing with all this. So this could be a tough battle here. We are crushing their first army. If we can beat them before the others arrive, that would be very important. No, they managed to get, but yeah, it looks like we're still winning this, because we had a lot of advantages, so we managed to win. That is great. Oh, something is happening down in Aquitaine. My cousin was captured. He still hasn't done anything in the war against his son, maybe because it's his son, but he is definitely losing an independence war here. It's this Duchess here who wants to become independent, and she will probably succeed. So it's not looking good for our house down in Aquitaine, that's for sure. This is actually my brother, I think, or his army, so we should go down and try to beat them, because that will actually give us war score. Now my daughter came of age. She became an adequate bargainer. That's not the best education trait, but can we marry her to someone? Do I need any alliances? No, I've got 2 good alliances. I think that's all I need. She's my firstborn, so maybe it is best to have her in a matrilineal marriage. I always like to find those good traits. Can we find someone with this? Here's this Ern. Because he's of this bastard house. From my grandfather had a bastard son, and this is his house, so that's my cousin. And here's a good one. Bretislav Premuslid, 27-year-old Czech man who is intelligent. Yeah, let's get you married matrilineally to my firstborn daughter Iliana. He's a decent character, he's a good diplomatic character at least. No, my court musician died. Well, all my courtiers are dying. This is not good. Someone else went there and defeated my brother's little force before I could get there. There's another siege done, and here's a call to war. It is my ally of House Ivaring, Jarl Sörkvir. He is attacking a relative of his in a conquest of Earldom of Leinster. I will accept his call to war, but I will deal with my own war first, of course. Here they come again, those my brother's enemies. I hope, come on, yeah, I made it there just in time, because they caught my siege army who only had the onagers on them. Betrothed can marry, who are these? It's my half-brother, who is betrothed to this Westboro woman. Yeah, why not? Someone, me or my father, arranged this marriage probably, so it's probably a good idea to have this. we are so superior. And we still need to get to 100 war score, and it takes forever to get enough war score. There really should be some. I suppose. Well, he still could get himself a good alliance or something that would change things. So maybe it's alright that it is this way. They are again trying to land here, siege what I've sieged, and I don't like that. So let's go beat them again. They have much more men than I do, but I think we have the better army and the better commander and the terrain advantage. So yeah, we crushed their first army, and now... Yeah, and my ally over there in England, he won this war by himself. That's good. Oh, and I got a daughter. She was born to my concubine. It's Holmfrida. May you grow to be strong and wise. Little Holmfrida. And another counselor died. Again, it's the chancellor. Why do they keep killing my chancellors? So I suppose it was your father, or someone of House Body at least, who was my last chancellor. And now, Jarl Rundfrid, Arnbjörn's daughter, you shall have the job. There's my brother commanding these 4 men here. Let's go and see if we can beat him, because if we can capture him, that would speed up this war. He's standing here with 4 levies, 2 champions and 2 onagers. Poor brother. And again, those pesky men from there are coming to. They're really going for... Wow, are you fleeing? This is really not good. I'll lose a lot of men going through all this attrition, but... Oh no, he met some other enemies who beat him. And now I didn't get the war score, I only got a lot of attrition. This is how it goes when you want to end the war quickly. I became the new culture head, that is good at least. And now my brother is raising some small army there. So let's go up here and see if we can catch that instead. So I can emphasize shared interest with my cousin that I'm trying to sway. I could gain some. I've got a 62% chance of convincing him, and I did. That is good. Where are you going? I will not be there in time to catch him. Oh, his guardian was mayor. Let's have me finish his education then. And my daughter here, she is on a martial education. Who's good at this? My brother here is. So, right, you educate my daughter, brother. Come on, just give me the war score. He came of age, and he didn't do too well with his education. And nevertheless, he will have time to go like I did to the Varangian Guard, but now I must be at peace to send him there. I hope we can get there and beat my brother's army. And maybe we can catch, because if we can capture him, it would end this war. Come on. Almost there. 92% war score now. Then it should be enough that we siege this down. An inspired person again. Who is this? Duoya has a metalsmith, my court poet. Metalsmith inspiration. Wants to forge a brooch. I don't have a brooch. She's very competent at her craft. Yes, let's sponsor her. And while we're here, let's take a look at what Ulfhilde, this 48-year-old wandering woman, wants. A peddler in a cloak with dozens of baubles and knickknacks sewn onto it rattles up to me. My lord, I have an artifact of grand illusion, with which you may convince all that you possess magical power. She brandishes a colorful fabric worm on a very thin string. It appears dormant at first, but by manipulating the thread one can affect the illusion the worm has come to life. Think of how this will impress the ladies at court. So I will not play Puppet Master and gain 75 prestige, or I do enjoy some wriggling. Every child in my court gains 10 opinion of me because they consider me humorous. I suppose he wouldn't mind doing some wriggling. He's a shy man, but still he can find some entertainment playing with the kids at court. Really, I do hope that this siege we're doing up here will be enough, because we're almost there now. Didn't I sponsor this? Sponsor? Oh, it's another adventure. She wants to go to Eastern Europe. She will probably end up in Ireland. But anyway, that was what happened last time with this. Someone wanted to go to Northern Europe and ended up in Italy. But Giste here. She's a content gentlewoman, Sapmi woman, who wants to go on an adventure. And she's very competent, so yeah, let's sponsor her. I've got 2 inspiration projects. That should be interesting. I look forward to see what they come up with. Come on, siege, 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 yes. No, it's 99% war score, come on. Please. A vassal to remember. I can dedicate this to Chiefess Asta Börsidotter. That's appealing. Or Chieftain Vagn. That's also appealing because he was this war hero who, House Korp, who my father gave this chieftain to. I can dedicate this artifact to both of them. Yeah, let's do that. Chiefess Asta, she deserves this. She's been a source of great entertainment. And she's the daughter of Bersi, who was really the first person in this Let's Play series that made a name for himself. So to Asta and to Vagn. Let's march down there. And let's have this starving army go and stop those annoying people there from sieging this. Oh, here's an inspiration. Giste is ready to depart. Before I leave, please tell me, is there anything specific you want me to keep an eye peeled for during my journey? So I can go for an exotic animal, a trinket, a tapestry, or trust or instinct. No, I think I have tapestries and exotic animals. I think I would be best served by a trinket. And now, again, they are voting for my firstborn as the heir. This is good. Chieftain Jörunder's friendship. While here is someone that is trying to befriend me. And me being shy, I think I will go, why can he not leave me in peace? My beneficiary Dwoya insists that the funds I have supplied her with are not enough to create an artifact worthy of my stature. With just a bit more gold I could create something truly magnificent. Yeah, whatever you need, I will have something truly magnificent. They are changing who they vote for as heir all the time. There's really... this is a... getting the right heir at place is a long game. Religious convictions in my sway scheme here. Yeah, I believe I can make a very convincing argument. And now they siege this, so I lost this war score here. This was really annoying. Yes, there it is. Finally. I won this war and now the kingdom of Norway is mine. But I really... this really dragged out longer than I had planned for, and now I really need to get a move on to jump on my bicycle and get to work. My real job. So thank you for watching. Consider subscribing if you want to encourage me to continue doing more role-playing storytelling sessions for YouTube. Goodbye.